All right, guys. Hey, this is the Vegan Cyclist here, and we're talking about race tactics, right? How to use a team in a race. Right here, we have teammates on the front drilling it. Like lap one, I've got a guy on the front throwing down huge attacks. Okay, so this allows me to pretty much just sit on the back and follow wheels, because if anything does go, one of my teammates is going to be in it, right? You can see here that I've got a teammate on the very front throwing attacks, and then I have a second teammate and still in the front third of the race. So, I mean, I have no worries here. I can do whatever I want. Like, there's no pressure on me because my two teammates are on the front crushing it. So if anything was to get away, no big deal. But here I see that my teammate is now falling back to the pack. He had just been on the front attacking for a ton of time, so I know that he's smashed and he needs recovery. So I'm going to start moving through the pack here to get to the front, because I only have one other teammate on the front. So I'm going to follow wheels, kind of make sure that I get back to the front, and that if anything goes, I'm there. So you can see here now my teammate goes off the front. He's throwing down attacks. And so I know that I need to really get to the front now, because he's going to be blown from making these efforts. You can see here, though, that gaps are starting to open up in the field. Right? And usually, if you don't have a team, you're having to cover this stuff. Like right here, like there's two huge gaps starting to open up. But since it's my teammate on the front, I don't have to worry about that. I can just let everyone else fill that stuff in and just suck wheels. But so my teammate's on the front, I know that. And now it starts to slow down a little bit. It's no longer single file, it's starting to bunch up. And now since I'm fresh, I have to make an attack here, like 100%. This is my job, right? I've been on the back, everyone else has been launching, and I luckily get this guy to go at the same time as well, right? But if I wasn't making this move, I get to now ride his wheel. I get to kind of get a free ride up into the break and let everyone else chase. But this dude was super strong. Like, he was pretty out of my league, you know what I mean? Like, I was like maxed out just in this draft. But so a couple laps and we get this guy to come. Now check this out. I have an option here. I can close that gap, but I know this dude's way stronger than me, so I let him actually kind of go up there and follow it, which was a little bit of a dick move, I guess. But now we kind of cycle here. We're working as a break, and we're letting now my teammates recover in the field. So after I take a couple pulls in the front, we actually get caught by a couple guys, but I thought we were getting caught by the group. So I kind of got caught off guard, and I was like, oh shit, there's a huge gap. There's like a split in the field. So I had to get back on these guys. But we had a little bit of a break going for a couple laps. I really thought that this was going to be the ticket. We were cycling really well. We were working good. But so as soon as we get caught, you can see now I got one of my teammates and he's on the front. And check this out, like these gaps are starting to open up, but my teammate is on the front. So if I let this break go, that's perfectly fine. My teammate's gonna out sprint those four guys. So I can start just falling to the back and recovering and letting everyone else spend all this energy to fill in those gaps, because my teammate's on the front, so there's no pressure on me. I don't have to do anything right now. I get like kind of just a free ride and a moment to recover. So my teammate's on the front just crushing it, throwing down attacks. It's single file. You can see just like no one's attacking here because it is single file. You're not going to attack when it's all strung out like this. But as soon as it is not strung out, you can see that my teammate all of a sudden just automatically goes for the attack. Like, this is like such a perfect move. Everyone's slowing down. Now we have to be on the front, because if we miss someone else's attack, that's so embarrassing as the dominant team here. So he's throwing down his attack. Again, everyone's strung out. So, it's just so perfect because we don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to cover anything. But again, here it goes. It starts to bunch up. My teammate was just on the front. So now I'm going to kind of roll my momentum up through the pack and just get to the front and make sure that no one is going. But I decide to just go for myself, right? I counterattack. And it's just been like this the whole race, just constantly, attack from our team. It's just been so great. So I go out and I smash myself for a lap. And then what happens is this dickhole, right, like attacks me, right? He comes up to the break and it's like, awesome, great, let's work together. But right here I have a huge decision to make. Like, I can waste my race and cover to him and get on his wheel. But if this doesn't work, it's done. Like, I can't do anything for my team anymore. So I make a decision here to just let him go, right? I'm gonna fall back to the pack because this guy's solo. I don't think he's going to make it, you know. So I basically kind of fall back. My teammate sees that, and he counters to try to cover down this break. He didn't make it, so there was just one guy off on this race. So it's technically my fault, right? Like, I let that guy go, but it was my decision. You know, here again, I don't have to follow this move, right? Like, these are two guys that are going to go chase down my teammate, but if they all come together in a four-man break, that's phenomenal, right? That's good for our team. So I can kind of recover, fall to the back, but essentially I have a responsibility now to make sure that that guy comes back, okay? And so here, like, we've been chasing for a while, and we're pretty close to him, but things are starting to slow down, and I feel like maybe, man, we might not get him. So I make this huge dig, right, off the front, and you can see him up here. I have to catch him, right? If we don't catch him right now, he may just solo off. So since I'm the one that kind of let him go, it's my job to chase him down. So I threw in this big, huge effort to get up to him. And once I do, I just jam around him, and I kind of lead off an attack. There was like a preem on one of these laps, so I was able to like pick up some cash, which was kind of cool. And talking about like team tactics, so look, this is that guy's team, right? So I chased him down, I went on an attack, and then that guy's team countered my move. And then bam, like right here, you see that my teammate he's there, he's on the front, he's ready to cover those moves, right? So I can kind of fall back, I can recover again, constantly having one of our teammates up in the front, right? Like always there, so that no matter what, like if a breakaway goes, one of our team's gonna be in there, right? So again, you can see things start to slow down, and I start moving up to the front to make sure that everything is that I'm here to cover any sort of move. And then this fucking guy, right? Like, I don't want, God damn it, but like, this is the perfect example, right? Like, he just makes this huge attack, and if I'm not here on the front, it's a possibility that these three guys make a break and ride away, and none of our team is in it. So it was a perfect example of why these tactics are needed. But so as soon as that guy's done blowing his wad, I throw this huge attack and get off the front. Now, I wouldn't be able to have done this if I had to have made all of the attacks or covered all the moves during the whole race, but my teammates were there for me, so it really helped me out, be able to even have the energy to do such a thing. So having teammates made this possible. And then I get two guys to bridge up to me, and I'm thinking, man, this is cool, this is gonna be it. Guys start looking around at each other like, man, I don't really want to pull. And then I see here that the pack's bearing down on us, and I use a great opportunity to recover. Everyone here is throwing down like 1,000 watts, right? Just crushing this hill. But I know that I can just slowly fade back and do like 400 or 500 watts. So you can see here, like, my teammate, he's fresh because I've been doing a lot of work. This guy off the front starts to making a move, and my teammate's in a perfect position to just, chase it down, right? If my teammate wasn't there, it would be my job to like follow that move, right? So the field's super strung out, everything's kind of getting fast, but then you can see that things are slowing down. So I got to go to the front, and I'm kind of monitoring. Right as I start to go, my teammate goes. So we're both on the same page, like mentally, right? So he throws this big attack, makes everyone else chase. I get to just sit in. I'm already up front, so this was a pretty good opportunity for me. Everyone's right on his wheel, and then we only have like 5 laps left right here. So I move to the front, and I don't throw an attack. I just get on the front, and I start pinning it just as hard as I can. I have no ambitions on finishing the race at this point, right? My job is to keep it strung out so that no one attacks, so that my teammates, my sprinter, can just sit in and get some recovery. So I'm on the front just pinning it as hard as I can, and really making it where no one wants to attack. So I'm doing a real fantastic job, just killing it, and I get this guy that starts to make a move up the back, right? And I can see him. I like look behind my shoulder, and I see him coming up, and like, this is such an amazing example. Again, like, he's making an attack, but I have it strung out so fast that, I don't have to really respond a whole lot to this, because we're already going like 30 miles an hour. So this guy could have rolled off solo with 3 laps to go. But since I'm on the front, I'm covering this guy's wheel after I have just drilled it. So people are like falling off the back, they're dropping, you know, we're coming into this final couple laps. I pull off because I'm just smoked, you know. I barely get back onto the back of the pack. My teammate's just barely dangling, you know, and he's feeling like he's gonna vomit. And then look at this move. He just takes off with 2 to go, which is so perfect because everyone's bunched up, right? No one wants to be on the front. So everyone then follows him, everyone's single file. The last lap is such like just textbook, right? My teammate, my sprinter, he's like at 4th wheel, really, just a perfect position to guarantee a top 5, right? The whole race, we just did phenomenal. We were always on the front. I mean, and my teammate only got 4th, which was kind of a bummer. I mean, I really felt like he could have done better because we dropped like half the field and we worked our tails off. But man, I mean, honestly, I feel like this, if you were learning how to use a team, like how, you know, what a team is supposed to be like, and this video right here shows just the type of tactics that we used. It was just perfect, man, textbook. So guys, thanks so much. Check out, you know, the other stuff I got and, you know, look for more. Thanks so much, guys. Vegan Cyclist. Yeah.